If you are a drunk or someone who's addicted to substance like cocaine, meth, cannabis, or anything else, I want you to watch this video to the very end. And I want you to know that you are not done for. You are not a failure. You have something unique inside of you that's exhibiting itself as addiction. And you have the ability to come out of it and change. Most people think that drunkenness or being addicted to any drug is a death sentence. And the problem is society looks down on you and thinks you're a piece of shit and that nothing can be done about you. Yes, they might have tried to reach out to you and you would have gone through the whole process of trying to come out of it, but have completely failed. And, you have started looking down on yourself saying, I'm just a piece of shit and I can't really come out of this. I might die like this. I might die, drunk on the floor, passed out, my heart would stop and I'm gone. Or you would think that I would be in one of the meth alleys or some shady place and overdose and die. And you would have seen news about people dying that way, and you would extrapolate that news onto yourself. But I want you to know that does not have to be your death sentence. Many times we reach a certain point in our lives that our bodies and minds cannot take anymore, and that is stress. And that can be stress in any way. It could be the death of your newborn baby. It could be the death of another loved one. It could be a disaster. You might lose money, land. But there are millions of people who come out of that and live a perfectly normal life and also do much better than those who don't go through such stresses. Now, for example, there are a lot of videos on YouTube where you have Holocaust victims who are talking to you today as people who have come out of the Holocaust and who have made a life for themselves and have gained a lot of wisdom and have lived a normal life post that trauma. If they can do it, if they can see their loved ones go into gas chambers, if they can see, the end of the line for themselves, and then the world war ends, and then they come out of it and they build a new life and they do stuff with that life. I will post those links in the comment below. Please watch. I'm telling you, you addict, that's not the end of you. I have been through the worst of things. I'm not being a Holocaust victim, fortunately, but I have gone through a lot of situations and things in life that I believe are horrible. One of my counselors, in fact, told me that she was really proud of me, and this was some time ago, and she was not doing this just because she wanted to give me that positive boost, but she was saying she has counseled so many people, but she has not seen anyone go through issues that I've gone through, and I've not even started talking about the full extent of what I've been through. But this is not about that. This video is not about that. This video is to tell you, addict, the reason you're addicted is because there's a hidden potential. And I'm not bullshitting. I'm not trying to, give you that positive motivation like so many do. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you for a fact. There's something inside of you that needs to burst forth, but is blocked. And that's where the addiction comes. It could have started because of a trauma or multiple traumas during childhood. It could be because you're just confused and you just need to numb your mind, or you just need a high because you feel low all the time. But guys, that's a response, internal response to a genius inside of you. Most geniuses are not normal. Okay, most geniuses go through a lot of struggle to go through society, whether it's social problems, whether it's trying to survive in school, not just in terms of social problems, but even in terms of connecting to the way things are taught, whether it's trying to keep a job. There's a genius inside of these people and it many times gets snubbed because of addiction. But then there's the other side of geniuses who have taken control over their lives, and they have done something with that genius. I'm sure many of you, when you're drunk or when you're high, you would have these thoughts, and you would be like, "Oh, I wish I could do this without drinking, or without smoking up, or without being high on cocaine or meth or whatever your drug is, kratom, whatever." But you can. And that takes perseverance. It's another stage of life that you need to go through. It's another phase of your mind that you have to break through. It's just like breaking through that abuse, breaking through, you know what? You broke through your mother's portal when coming into this world. You were suffocating, your head was crushed. Your head was crushed. You had to. It was survival when you had to even come into this world. It was survival when you had to, cling to her breasts and drink that milk. It was survival all the way through. And somewhere along the line, we convince ourselves, I no more need to survive. I need to start taking these substances to get a hold of my mind. And you came to believe somewhere that these substances were your destiny. They aren't your destiny. There might be chemical imbalances in your brain causing you to do this, but that's not a reason for you to do this. That's not a permission for you to do this. I know there's a season. I know it's okay. It's absolutely fine. You have fallen. You are a drunk. You're an addict. And I'm not even talking about drugs, guys. You might be an addict to pornography, and that's ruining and consuming your life. I know what that means, guys. I've been there. But you're not subject to that. Yes, you need to break out of the chemical imbalances that happen, because when you stop pornography or cocaine, there was a study that said pornography was as addictive as cocaine, but I'm just giving you an example. When you stop that, you will go through withdrawal symptoms. You will go through shakes. You will go through fears. You will have panic attacks. I want you to start thinking like a warrior. Those warriors in the field. I know you love war movies. Many of you addicts, you love war movies. You don't like to watch Mickey Mouse. You don't like to watch love stories, most of you. You are warriors inside. And that's why you sit and watch war movies. You love Game of Thrones. You love the Vikings. You love a lot of war movies that stimulate your mind, and you feel inside, I wish I was a warrior. Many of you are warriors in your couches, and you need to stop doing that. You have a family, you have a purpose, and you have the ability, regardless of what the doctor says, regardless of what society says, you have the ability to overcome and to become a warrior in real life. I want to give you practical steps. The first practical step is to start making up your mind, is to start changing the way you think, is to renew your mind. Change the way you think, however impossible you might think it is. You have the ability to start changing your mind. The second step is to work on fasting and cold baths. I know this sounds weird, but fasting and cold baths reset your physiological system. Both fasting and cold baths helped addicts come out of their addiction, and also to help people with depression come out of depression, people with diabetes, people with other issues in their body to overcome and to be healed completely. Fasting is very powerful, guys. I would suggest you YouTube or Google and read or watch videos. Cold baths, I would suggest Wim Hof, watch his videos. After cold baths, I would suggest you eventually get into ice baths. That will reset your mind. That will give you a new perspective of life. The third step would be to start eating differently. I want you to start looking into your addiction and seeing what foods would help you. Stop eating, spicy stuff. Stop eating things that trigger that addiction. If you need to take supplements, like for example, if you're an alcoholic, look at things like milk thistle, kudzu root. These are things that will help heal your liver, help you overcome that addiction. Kudzu root is, shown to reduce the desire or craving for alcohol. Look into how you can come out of this and do it step by step. I'm here for you guys. If you like this video, I'm going to make more videos like this to really help you guys. You are a warrior. I am a warrior. That's why I'm making this video today. You can overcome. I'll see you in the next one.